Hello, peoples. Last night I got a chance to see The Monkey at an early access screening. This is the second film I have seen from Osgood Perkins. I don't know if Longlegs was his directorial debut, but I did see Longlegs, and the first time I watched it, I thought it was good, but I didn't quite get the hype. Then actually, the second time, my rewatch of Longlegs actually made me go, "Oh, what was I thinking?" I think the hype for Longlegs made it the first watch a little. I didn't get it, but now that I knew what the movie was and I watched it again, I was like, you know what? I really like Longlegs. And so here we are with The Monkey. Based off the first trailer, I didn't know what to think, but the second trailer really showed that they were doing something different than Longlegs. It was going into that slapstick kind of comedy that sometimes we see in horror, and I was really down for that. I really liked the second trailer, and now we have the full movie. It is kind of exactly what I thought it was going to be, but not at the same time. I really appreciated the first half of this movie. I think the first half of this movie was almost nearly perfect. It was absurd in the best ways, funny in the best ways, gory in the best ways. It had a good pace to it, along with some incredible child acting. The child actor in this film, he plays the main character, but also the twin main character, and his performance was so good. I didn't believe it was the same actor. I was convinced that for at least the child role, they got twins to play the child, and for the adult, they just got the same actor do it twice because the child performance was so good. I couldn't believe that it was the same child actor. I didn't look up his name before the review, but I have to say he did an absolutely incredible job. Yeah, like I know it's like a absurd kind of horror film that you really don't normally praise for the oh look how good the acting is. But this child was really, really good, and I hope that he does more projects because his range between these polar opposite twins was just incredible. And then after that part of the film, the movie kind of went off into a different direction. I was really on board. But in all honesty, this film did fall flat in the third act. I didn't really love where the story took us, and I really loved the concept of this movie. I loved the concept of the monkey and wind up and then somebody dies. I think it's a really fun concept, and I think the movie really played with it well at the very beginning of the movie. It felt like it was teasing something that was going to be really taking this concept to above and beyond. By the time you get to the third act, there are moments at the very, very end where it's like, okay, that was a little fulfilling with the carnage that this monkey is able to do, but the personal stakes didn't really feel like they went anywhere beyond where you expected it to go, and it felt a little melodramatic by the time you got to the end. And I don't know if it was the tonal shifts between the absurdisms to the comedy to the trying to be sentimental. I really can't quite put my finger on it, but I'll just say I couldn't help but feel when I was watching the third act that I wish the story went a different direction, had maybe a different set piece, because it felt a little cheap at the end. And that's definitely my biggest issue with the movie, that the third act as a whole just doesn't feel as fulfilling as I wanted it to feel. And I really felt like I was feeling a little cheated by the time I got to the end of the movie. But also, the build up to this was so much fun. There were so many incredibly fun scenes that I won't be able to get out of my head. The imagery of this monkey, saw the AMC popcorn bucket before I walked into the theater, and it was a very cool bucket. And then I was like, you know what, if I love the movie, I'm gonna buy that bucket, even no matter how much it cost. And then then the first act, I was like, I'm buying this monkey bucket. By the time I walked out of the theater, I was like, I'm good. And that's a shame when the movie doesn't quite stick the landing, but I can't help but appreciate how good that build up was because, like I said, it is a lot of really fun stuff. The deaths in this, as I said, it's a very over the top movie. They are very explosive. Very, very, very explosive. Like, literally, it feels like everybody in this movie just explodes when they die, either on the inside or the outside, and you see teases of that in the trailer. The marketing for this was pointing towards the idea of like, oh, this is the most gory thing you'll see all year. Now, in hindsight, I wouldn't have pushed it that hard with the marketing, with the how gory it is. It is certainly gory, but I don't think it was like shocking and oh my god, let's market the movie off of this. I really appreciated some of the themes that this movie had to offer, and honestly, as I say that the third act didn't work for me, the part where I think the third act did work is what the message that the movie was trying to fulfill, and that's more very much about generational trauma passing from one to the other, from one generation to the other. Does it get worse, and how sometimes you have family who almost want to push it to the next generation to almost see how I felt. And that's something that I feel like a lot of people can relate to. I thought it was pretty much well executed within the concept. I just, like I said, wish they took the story itself and still kept the same themes in a different direction. Like I said, I overall really enjoyed this movie. It was a lot of fun. I know this is my first review of 2024. This isn't the first movie I saw, though. I did see Companion and I did see Wolfman. Both horror movies I also liked quite a bit, like this one. I thought Wolfman was good, not great, and I really liked Companion about as much equally as I did like The Monkey. I'm going to give The Monkey a 7.8 out of 10. So yeah, comment down below what you guys thought of The Monkey. Well, you guys won't be able to see it for another week. Haha, I saw it early. Unless if you went to the early screening last night. And yeah, I also got done watching Captain America Brave New World, and so I had to do a review of that right after I get done doing this one. Not to hint of what I thought about that, I wanted to do my positive review first. But you can check out my full thoughts on Captain America Brave New World right after you're done watching this. So yeah, like, share, subscribe, and stuff like that, and adios.